Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap of Friday, April 12th, 2019. First of all, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is very important and it keeps the channel going. We have a program for you. As usual, stocks are within striking distance of all-time highs. Junk bonds are confirming this move higher for stocks. I'll give a trade example, a very recent one for Disney. It was a very nice gain. All world ex-United States stocks are moving higher, and I think they're breaking out as well. We'll look at treasuries, price action in treasuries. Mexican peso, very interesting, going for a breakout. We'll look at that. We're still not sure gold or US dollar is correct. We'll see which one could be correct. And we'll finish off with crypto review. Right, so first of all, let's look at S&P 500. Here is S&P 500 ETF SPY. Alert was recently sent on February. We are approaching all-time highs. So all-time highs were right there, so very close. The indicators that you see on this chart, the green, blue, red, and yellow line, are available for you. You can get them if you go to MasterChartsTrading.com and then sign up. I'll share these indicators with you on TradingView.com. So overall, this is a bullish looking chart. I am buying. I have positions open. I'm not shorting, I'm not selling. So I'm looking for a continuation of this move higher, and I think it could easily break to fresh highs, and I think a breakout to fresh highs could be very bullish, and we can see a substantial move higher for stocks. Same goes for Dow Jones, very close to all-time highs. Dow Jones actually is a little stronger. Actually, no, S&P is a little stronger right now. So we're also buying. These are actual alerts to my subscribers. I have positions open in Dow Jones stocks. So overall, this is a bullish looking chart. QQQ also is moving just within really striking distance of all-time highs. I mean, they're right there, percent or so. So overall, obviously a bullish chart. Obviously we want to be buying it. We do not want to be selling it. We do not want to short this obviously bullish chart. If you want to be shorting something, you want to be looking for the opposite. You want to be looking for a chart which is downtrending, which is near 52-week lows, and maybe it bounces, and then on this bounce you want to look for a shorting opportunity. Not what I want to be doing here. I want to be buying this. Junk bonds are also confirming this move higher. Junk bonds and stocks move together in lockstep, and notice this was a very nice move towards the highs for the move. Notice the low for the move here on 24th of December. Similar pattern to QQQ. You can see a low here, for example, or S&P 500. It makes no difference. They're all very similar. Diversified equity ETFs are moving, they move very similar to one another. So here is a junk bonds hit 52-week lows here in December. Up until then, I thought, okay, this is a bearish security, we should be avoiding it or shorting it. Then we had a nice run higher. Notice here on the 7th of January, we did not short it. We did not send any alerts to short it, to sell it. This overhead resistance was overcome, and we saw another breakout, and this is the actual breakout I was hoping for, which occurred here on the 30th of January. Again, you can find out more about these indicators at MasterCharts Trading. But notice that now we're moving higher and higher, and this is a very good sign for the stock market in general. I wanted to give a very typical example of a trade that we do at MasterCharts Trading, and this is an example of Disney. Very common stock, commonly traded stock. So first of all, in order for you to be able to trade the way I'm trading, you need to have a reference point, and the way I do this is to have my own indicators here. You can see the 4 lines in the chart. You can find out more about them by going to TradingView.com and looking for me, Master Charts. So the latest example actually was sent on 1st of April, not an April Fool joke, obviously. Alert was sent here to my subscribers, and notice that I obviously didn't know what was going to happen. So the chart at the time kind of looked like that. I just saw, basically all I saw was a close above the blue line. You can see it right there where I'm hovering. The same goes for this previous alerts as well. You can just be doing absolutely nothing, and then, oh wow, we saw a close above the blue. This is all we need. So I sent an alert and noticed that several days later, actually today, we had a huge move in our favor for Disney, over 15 or 16% actually. And this is a type of trades that occurs occasionally. Sometimes the advance is slow and steady, sometimes it's just explosive like this. The point I'm trying to make here is that we try to simplify trading. We try to make it very easy and obvious. And if you look on this chart, it is obvious. All you have to do is just look at the chart, see where the blue line is, and just buy above and close above it. So this is basically what I do, and this is how we trade at MasterChartsTrading.com. Again, you can find out more about it by going to TradingView.com and looking for me at MasterCharts. Right, let's look at the world stocks now. I don't normally trade this particular ETF, but I was kind of interested in seeing what's going on outside the United States. So this is a Vanguard International Index Fund, so it's all world except United States, and the ticker symbol is VEU. Because if we take out the United States, what does it look like? And it appears that the world stocks are also breaking out, and I'm seeing this right there. You can see a close above the several closes above the blue line right there in early April of 2019 here. This is looking like a genuine breakout, and I think if this is indeed a genuine breakout, I think S&P is breaking higher, so I don't see why the world stocks are not going to follow. Overall, the correlations between the various stock funds, and I'm talking about world stock funds, they correlate highly to one another. If one goes one way, vast majority will follow. Especially if S&P 500 is going higher and approaching all-time highs, I don't see why the world stocks will not do the same thing. So it looks like the world stocks are catching up to the United States stocks, and we should be considering our posture, investment posture, with this in mind. We should be thinking about buying. We should not be thinking about shorting. At least that's what my thinking is. Alright, let's look at bonds now, and very briefly I'll show the yield curve again. So this is the yield curve as of today, 12th of April here. Notice that more or less the inversion of the yield curve has run its course, because if we backtrack a little bit till here's the worst that it's been on the 26th of March, you can see that the short-term rates were actually higher than the slightly longer intermediate-term rates. But the longer-term rates were still well above the short-term rates. So I wasn't terribly worried about this yield curve inversion, and notice that it's kind of righting itself right now. So overall, the yield curve does not look like it's a doomsday scenario just yet. Let's look at the actual price action in TLT. This is probably the most important one, 20+ year Treasury bond fund. I have a position myself still. I went long here. I bought at 121.07 on the 11th of January right there. For a little while I basically just did nothing, sat through this drawdown. But then, actually, another alert was sent to my subscribers, and it just exploded higher. I mean, this was an actual alert on the 4th of March. I went ahead and I mean, this price action was, in my mind, obviously overbought, and whatever overbought means. So I went ahead and I sold a quarter of a position, and I sold another quarter. So overall, I have half of the position off here already. I moved my stop to entry, actually above entry. So if we get down to my entry, then I'll get stopped out. But obviously, because I already sold a half of the position, I have plenty of profits on the table. So overall, we're looking at still a bullish chart. It's just working off its overbought condition. Are we seeing a reversal in bonds? We will need to, just take a day at a time. Right this instant, I don't see a reversal yet. So we'll need to look at, further price pressure to the downside, and then we will reevaluate. But as of right now, I'm seeing bonds still in a bull market, and I would be looking to buy it. And send alerts to my subscribers to go long, not to short it. Let's continue to commodities. Here are the gold futures. A couple of alerts were sent. One was here on the 3rd of January, obviously successful. Another alert was on 8th of March, also obviously successful. Now this price action here, it's kind of, I am ambivalent about it. So I'm ambivalent about gold and forex price action right this instant. Up to this 8th of March alert, I was, I was trusting gold more. Was the correct direction. But right now I am not as sure. And actually this is reflected in my alerts. I am not sending any alerts about forex or gold right this, for the past few weeks actually. The way this action is, I am not 100% where this is gonna go. So again, when in doubt, stay out. This is probably the best piece of advice I can give you about trading securities which you are not 100% about. And I'm really not 100% about gold or foreign exchange. And I'm talking about the dollar here. So here's the dollar index, DXY, with this choppy sideways action with a slight updrift. Now notice the indicators are curving up. Again, you can find out more about it at MasterCharts Trading. So if we are looking at this chart, this means that you can see that the trading range is narrowing. You can see the trading range just a few weeks ago, let's say in middle of February, was about 6%, but the trading range right now is about 4%. So overall, I am seeing that we're seeing a narrowing of trading range, and when we're seeing such a narrowing of trading range, a reversal is more likely, in my opinion. So if the dollar continues lower and breaks down below 93, then definitely gold is correct, and we should be buying gold. But right now, I am not sure. Just the way this chart looks, and the way the US dollar index components, such as British pound, euro, Japanese yen, etc., are acting, I am ambivalent, and that's why I'm not really sending any alerts. In fact, here is a very interesting price action on Mexican peso futures. So couple of times Mexican peso tried to break out. So here's one on 16th of January, a couple of times here in late January, and then another one here on 20th of March. And then finally, I think this is an actual breakout that we're witnessing. So in other words, the Mexican peso is appreciating versus other currencies, but in this case, we can trade it as USD MXN. And then USD MXN probably should be shorted. In fact, let me show it to you. This is a USD MXN, Mexican peso. So on this chart, you can see a couple of alerts. Here's one on the 15th of January. Now, my stop is at the blue line. So if we shorted USD MXN here on 15th of January, then we would not have been stopped out yet. The same goes right there. There's another alert on the 19th of March. And again, we would have put our stop at the blue line. We would not have been stopped out. And notice this big move down now. So overall, I think obviously this is a profitable trade. So Mexican peso, very interesting. Excuse me. Very interesting price action. I think we're witnessing a breakout in Mexican peso. So interesting to think about in the context of current various geopolitical events that Mexican peso is appreciating in price. I'm not really covering oil this week because we have a trade open, so I think it would be unfair to my subscribers at MasterCharts Trading. But I will cover natural gas, and there is really nothing to cover, honestly. A couple of alerts were sent, really successful here in December, and then another one in January. January one was just beautiful. But right this instant, we're just seeing nothing. It's just trading sideways. We need to see. This is a bearish security, so I want to see a bounce and then we short it. But right now, I think it could easily just break down to fresh lows and continue lower. Let's continue to various cryptos. I don't normally trade cryptos, but some people do, so I thought that we could look at those. And with my indicators, you can get them at MasterCharts Trading. You can trade any security. So let's look at Bitcoin here and the price action in Bitcoin. So what I'm looking for right now is a breakout above the blue line, currently around 6,073 or so. If we see a breakout above the blue line, then we can start buying Bitcoin. And also, Robinhood has now a crypto trading platform, I guess. You can't really sell it, what I meant, you can't really short in Robinhood, but you can just buy it. So if we're seeing a breakout in Bitcoin, we can simply start buying it. And there is now an easy way to buy it via Robinhood. You don't have to have some crypto accounts. Not that far off. We're at 5,100 right now, and the bullish levels are at 6,000. So very close. I think we could be looking at a breakout relatively soon for Bitcoin. I keep mentioning Litecoin. Actually, since February, I was watching this price action on Litecoin. This is LTC USD, also available on Robinhood now. I was watching this price action, and on the 1st of April, I thought, we're getting really close to the breakout level. I hope we're just going to close above it a little bit, and then we can start buying. But man, I think pretty much everybody was waiting for the same thing, and on close above the blue and just skyrocketed. So right this instant, I'm waiting for a pullback towards 70 bucks, and then we can potentially start buying it as well. All right, that's it for this week's recap. Again, please hit the like button. Please share this video with others, and also repost my posts on Twitter and on StockTwits. Then head over to MasterChartsTrading.com, click on Alerts and Indicators, and sign up for one of the plans. If you want to trade on your own, obviously you want to have your trading indicators. And also I am publishing a blog where the alerts are also published. Now the prices did go up. The indicators by themselves used to be $24.95, now they're $29.95. But you can see that the alerts and indicators are only $5 more, so it's a steal. And also a yearly rate is even better, obviously. So do sign up. The actual full package deal may also increase in price. So before the price is increased, then you may consider signing up. Okay, that's it for this week's recap. If you have any questions, please send them in. Thanks for watching and have another great trading week. Bye-bye.